I chose China as my study abroad program because it was affordable and, my friend was already going. So I thought it would be a great opportunity to have some fun. Outside of the classroom, I learned a lot about the way you negotiate with street vendors. A lot of them will just use hand signs instead of saying actual numbers. Prior to China, I actually haven't left the country, and being on the airplane, the 13-hour ride to China was actually my first time being on an airplane. So it was an experience from the start. Inside of the classroom, we learned a lot, but outside, we learned a lot of valuable things about culture and the way the society is set up, the way it works. There's a high respect for elders in China. If you're sitting down on a bus or on the train and an elder doesn't have a seat, as part of the younger generation, you have to give the elder your seat. While being in China, I'm obviously gonna try to learn the language. I learned a lot through talking to friends at my university and just what happened on the streets. Basically, there's like 4 different tones, and depending on how you pronounce it, you can literally be telling somebody thank you, you're gonna be telling them to do something, or you can be telling them to die. So the tones are very important when it comes to Chinese language. Prior to going to China, I was undecided about my career. I thought having a career teaching ESL would be enough. But after visiting Shenzhen, a major city in China down south, a friend of mine, we visited the beach, and the beach was just insane. There was plastic everywhere, all over the water. It was just washing up onto the sand and the shoreline. So I decided to think into a career in hydrology or marine biology in order to either protect wildlife, aquatic wildlife, or prevent the pollution. I would like to say I had a pretty diverse group of friends. I have, a Colombian Palestinian friend, a Japanese exchange student, a Mexican friend who speaks Arabic. So my group of friends was very diverse, but even after going to China, it just expanded because there were also Korean students studying along with us, living in the same hotel as we did. So we befriended the Korean students. There were teachers, Belgian teachers, who taught English, and English is their second language. So it was crazy. We befriended them, multiple Chinese students on campus. So our circle definitely increased in diversity. I was always keeping up with the news, but not so domestically in my own country. I wasn't really keeping up with what was happening in America. But when I went to China, I met another American student who is heavily into politics. He's a great guy, and he kind of got me into focusing more on what's happening in my own country rather than first focusing on, abroad affairs.